Kristi Noem is the Secretary of Homeland Security, and she is now praying with federal agents before deploying them to, quote, secure the streets of America's cities. I'm going to play this video for you. If you're wondering, yes, that is Corey Lewandowski sitting to Kristi Noem's right at the end of the table. A disgusting presence. But maybe the presence of this prayer is not only vile, not because prayer is wrong, but because this is officially a government agency. And I thought we had separation of church and state in this country. Listen to Kristi.
Time together, that you give us good fellowship, Lord, but that you'd also give us wisdom and discernment to make the best decisions, not just for the people that are here enforcing the law, but also for the citizens of this country. And Lord, I just ask that you continue to put a hedge of protection around these officers. Keep them safe, Lord, but that also that you would continue to bless each and every one of them and their families. And Lord, that you would protect the freedoms that we all enjoy, that were given to us by you. We love you and we praise you in your name. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Wow. Government-sanctioned prayer. By the way, it is not lost on me. It is the Trump administration, after all. The presence of the fast food burgers and fries as they all pray is really something else. So let's be honest about what this actually all means. Kristi Noem is not praying for peace here. She is praying with federal agents who are about to go out and start snatching people out of neighborhoods, families, workers, kids. Everybody's in the crossfire. And that is what she is referring to about securing the streets. And she's praying for the safety of the officers. And if you're thinking, isn't this all kind of unconstitutional? Yeah. I mean, when a government official acting in her official capacity as the Secretary of Homeland Security leads a prayer before a federal operation, you run right into the First Amendment's Establishment Clause. That's the part of the Constitution that says the government can't promote or endorse one religion over another and can't promote or endorse religion over non-religion. Now, if you go to the Supreme Court record, you see that the Supreme Court has allowed some ceremonial prayers, certain city council or legislature prayers. That is not what this is. This is not a public moment of unity. This is the state blessing an act of enforcement where the government is wrapping a cross around a gun. They're sitting around with their guns. They're about to go out and do what they've been doing in these neighborhoods. And they say, let's wrap a cross around the guns. Even if you ignore the prayer part, which you shouldn't, we also should think about the legality of the deployment because there's legal questions there. There's legal questions everywhere with what they're doing. DHS and ICE have really narrow authority to operate in local communities. They can protect federal property. That's not controversial. We know that. Roaming the streets like a militarized police force, the law doesn't allow that. And I know it's so quaint, right? I'm the moron saying, oh, what about the law? The law, even when these so-called operations happen, they are running into Fourth Amendment and due process problems because people's rights are constantly violated. So you've got an agency by its mere presence on the streets pushing its legal authority, led by someone who thinks the appropriate way to start the legally dubious deployment is with a legally dubious prayer. This is not reflection. This is not accountability. This is religious theater meant to make cruelty feel righteous. They are doing really cruel things out on the street. But we just prayed. We must be doing the right thing, right? And it's the same thing we have seen over and over. Politicians who invoke God before dropping bombs, they thank Jesus and then cut food assistance or whatever. It's moral cover. It's not moral clarity. And if she really believes in prayer, she should be praying for forgiveness. That's what Kristi Noem should be praying for the fear that she's creating, for the families that are being shattered, the trust she's destroying between immigrant communities and their own government. Thoughts and prayers don't mean much when they come right before you kick someone's door down or throw them into an unmarked van. The real point here is that none of this is about religion or allegiance to Jesus. This is about power. And it's about weaponizing faith sanctifying state violence and just intimidating anybody who dares to object. And by the way, if you're sitting at this table and you're not religious, do you think this is an environment where you can go, oh, we're not supposed to be doing this. I object to this. This is actually illegal. No. And this is how they enforce compliance. It's terrifying. It's disgusting. It appears to be against the law, but that's the name of the game these days. If you've ever dealt with nausea occasionally, more frequently, you might want to check out one of our sponsors, Relief Band, a wearable wristband designed to relieve and maybe even prevent nausea. Many people use it for nausea related to anxiety or migraines or traveling by car, plane, or boat, sort of motion sickness. Easy to use, works quickly, lasts as long as you need, completely drug-free, no side effects. This was originally developed for use in hospital settings, and it works through a process called transdermal neuromodulation accustimulation, which is a lot of words to basically say it sends a pulse to the part of your nervous system involved in regulating nausea. And there's research indicating this can be helpful for nausea from motion sickness, pregnancy, even from certain drug side effects. And there are studies that suggest that combined with medication, it can be very useful for post-surgery nausea. Relief Band's new Premier Plus model provides advanced nausea relief and includes a digital clock, uses smart skin sensing technology to preserve battery life. Relief Band has earned an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. It has over 100,000 satisfied customers online. If nausea is something you deal with, it might be worth seeing if Relief Band can help. Visit reliefband.com and use the code Pakman for 20% off plus free shipping. The info is in the description.